Now, dancehall artist Shatta Wale could face 3 years in jail if the police proves that he spread false information with the intention to cause fear and panic. The musician was arrested after he claimed an alleged gunshot attack on him. 2 others, Kojo Wusu and Eric Veneta, have also been picked up for the same reasons. The musician is assisting police in investigations as his lawyers attempt to seek bail for him. Already, a police statement on the matter notes preliminary investigations revealed the widely reported gunshot attack was a hoax. So, what charges is Shatta Wale likely to face, and what will be his punishment? Private legal practitioner Samson Ladi sheds light on the law of misinformation. He spoke on News Desk on the JoyNews channel.
First, we have the Section 208 of our Criminal and Other Offences Act, which says that you face up to 3 years in jail if you don't verify and spread false statements, rumor, or report that can cause fear and panic. So those who generated, as in his case, he generated the information that was spread, and that information is turning out to be false. And did it cause some fear and panic? I suppose the jury is out there. And so for the one who originated it himself, by the law, should be in trouble. And then also, if you looked at our Electronic Communications Act, there too, by Section 76, the law says that you face a fine of up to 36,000 Ghana cedis, or 5 years in jail for such an act, which would have the potential to cause fear and panic. So if you are also circulating the information which is false, then that is what you are likely to face.
Bishop Stephen Akwesi is in the spotlight right now. Should the police be arresting a prophet? The police statement also notes that the Shatta Wale movement boss says he undertook this initiative due to a prophecy by one Bishop Stephen Akwesi who predicted his death. What happens to the prophet too? Samson Ladi says anyone who apprehends some fear that makes someone suffer shock is liable to pay damages. Listen.
The point where we're talking about some prophets who begins all of this. You recall sometime in February 2018, I wrote about this and actually asked Shatta Wale and Ebony or their relations to take up suits. I was literally funding litigation, asking them to take up suits against the charlatans who come in the name of God and make all these prophecies. Because the law allows that if you are a relative of these people or you are one of them yourself, and by these prophetic declarations that are made public, you apprehend some fear, and out of that you suffer some shock as a result of that kind of doomsday broadcast, they will be liable to suffer in tort. They'll be liable to pay damages. So I think it's also time for these charlatans around town to take a cue. It's very bad. We need to do everything to discourage it. If we are not passing specific legislation to rope them in, then the civil law approach is there. People can take suits. These celebrities these people have made their business, politicians and celebrities, every day they are prophesying about them, and they're not prophesying any good.
Let's now speak with Acting Director of Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent Alexander Kweku-Obeng, who joins us via phone. I'm grateful for your time, Superintendent. What's the update on those arrested in connection with the Shatta Wale alleged shooting incident? Hello, Superintendent. All right, so Superintendent Alex Obeng will be joining us shortly. He is the head of acting head of communications at the Ghana Police Service. He will be updating us on what has happened with Shatta Wale and the related arrests that the police have made with regards to the alleged shooting incident. Of course, if you've been following social media, it's been buzzing with news of Shatta Wale, who has been shot, and later police arrested Shatta Wale. Even before I walked into the studio, we saw videos on social media alleging that Shatta Wale has been granted bail. We'll be getting Superintendent Alex Obeng to tell us more, to confirm or deny this. Thankfully, Superintendent Alex Obeng is back on the line. I'm grateful for your time, Superintendent. What's the update on those arrested in connection with the Shatta Wale alleged shooting incident?
Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity. As we indicated last night in our release, we indicated that we have Shatta Wale and two others in our custody. Earlier, we had also taken to our custody the pastor. So currently, we have 4 of them going through police investigation process. At the end of the day, other details will follow. And so it still stands that the investigators are working and ensuring that the right procedures are followed so that nobody's right is violated. So this is where we are.
So currently you have 4 people in your custody?
Yes, the pastor, 2 others, and Shatta Wale.
Have they been charged yet?
As I said, we are yet to put them before court. So we are still at the investigation stage of this case. But we indicated in our release that we suspect that the utterances and what the evidence we have, they are not far from being charged for publication of false news, deception of public officer, among others. And yesterday also indicated that all these were in an attempt to causing fear and panic. And so the investigation is around these areas of our criminal code, which we think has been breached.
Superintendent, what are the sanctions? I want us to talk about sanction regime right now. What are the likely sanctions that these 4 people may face in the event that they are charged?
The criminal code, these offenses penalties are specified, and we have to leave that one to court. We are at the investigation stage of this case. And therefore, police ours is that we are guided by 3 principles. Has there been offense committed? And we believe so. That's why investigation is going. Are the people exempted from that offense? We don't think so. Is there any evidence that may support these offenses that we think have been breached in the criminal code? We think so. So those are the things that we're doing. And therefore, within this remit, we have the power to for people to be forthcoming. Therefore, arrests have been made, and we have also the responsibility to ensure that expeditiously we investigate this case, and if there are any charges, put it on that CRD form, charge them, and then another responsibility of moving them to court of competence jurisdiction, within which jurisdiction these offences were committed. And these are the things we are restricting ourselves to. And finally, the court warrant officers, the prosecutor, on behalf of Attorney General and Inspector of the General Police, will prosecute the case. And those are the areas we are looking at in terms of conviction and then sentencing. We leave it to the court.
Superintendent, let me take this opportunity to get an update on another celebrity, Funny Face, who we are told needed mental care. What is his status now?
Within minutes, release is coming in on our social media handles on this particular issue. And basically, police went to court today, Kamishi Court 1, and then the court has ordered that he should be subjected to blood test and at the police hospital, and then his mental health that will also be assessed by the psychiatrist at a recognized government psychiatry facility, and then he should be brought back on the next court date on the 10th of November. So that is the situation.
I'm grateful for your time. Superintendent Alexander Obeng is acting head of communication at the Ghana Police Service. He's been updating us on the case involving Shatta Wale shooting incidents, and the 3 others they have in their custody with regards to that issue. He's also been updating us on Funny Face, his status with the police. Now we've invited leadership of the Concerned Clergy Association of Ghana to help us make some spiritual sense of this whole issue involving alleged shooting by Shatta Wale and the prophecy he has related this to. Bishop Benny Wood has joined us via Zoom. I'm grateful for your time, Bishop. Hello, Bishop. Bishop Benny Wood, if you can hear me, what do you make of the current development? I'm sure you've been monitoring events on how things has unfolded, and Shatta Wale himself has said that he did what he did based on a prophecy. Now the prophet himself has been arrested and is in police custody. What's your preliminary observation of all that has happened with Shatta Wale, who is in the custody of police? And we invited leadership of the Concerned Clergy Association of Ghana to help us make some spiritual sense, because the prophet who made the prophecy that Shatta Wale refers to, the reason he did what he did, has also been arrested and it's in the custody of police. Bishop Wood, I'm grateful for your time. I was asking for your preliminary observations of what has transpired this few days.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you. Let me say good afternoon to your viewers. I think that as a nation, we have to be very careful. If we are trying to solve a problem, we should be watchful. We don't become overzealous in looking for solution to seeming problems. And the reason I'm saying that, if you look at this whole event that has taken place in the next 3-4 days, it's unbelievable and surprising that the prophet has been arrested, because I don't really understand. Now, the prophetic ministry it has always been a controversial ministry, right from the creation of time till now, and so if you're a prophet, you abreast yourself with some of these things when it happens to you. But I think that we have to be very careful, because I don't see any reason why the prophet should be arrested.
You don't see anything, the reason why another human being professing death on his fellow human being should be arrested?
The prophet doesn't have any personal problem with Shatta Wale. He doesn't have any beef with him. They are not fighting over anything. So he cannot threaten him. He was operating like a prophet. And he felt he had seen something, and he wanted to draw attention of the person to what he has seen. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, why do you arrest him? If somebody says something, what he said is spiritual.
Okay.
He didn't threaten him. He didn't say, I am coming to do something. He just said that this is what I've seen. And that if you have a pastor, you can go to him, let him pray for you. And subsequently, we've heard information that he himself was contacted by the mother of Shatta Wale, and they prayed about it. And when he was even informed that something like that, the hoax has happened, he said, no, it cannot happen because he has prayed, and what God told him to do, he has done. So we arrest him for what? The prophetic ministry doesn't only prophesy death. There are a lot of things the prophetic ministry does. So are you going to say that even if the prophet prophesied that there's going to be a bumper harvest and it doesn't happen, you're going to arrest him? Or if the prophet prophesied that somebody is going to be promoted, will the person be arrested? The person says, I don't like promotion, so since you are prophet, I'm going to be promoted, I'm going to sue you or something. I think it's absurd. We should be very, very careful as a nation.
Bishop Benny Wood there, he's been reacting to the police arrest of the bishop who prophesied, the prophet who prophesied that Shatta Wale was going to be shot, and he said he did what he did because of that prophecy. This is an unfolding story, and we are monitoring for you. We'll bring you all the updates on the JoyNews channel.